Part 2 of Juggling Jokers Looking for a King. This is the story time of how I met this channel's father. He's not making many appearances because he's not very camera oriented. He's like the least photogenic person in the world, I promise you. I thought I was bad in pictures. He's just... Anyway, with that being said, you guys, where were we? Let me just remind y'all, turn on post notifications. After my videos, it tends to seem that y'all get out every 2 to 3 minutes in. Stop doing that. Stay for the whole thing. It's a lot better once you stay till the end because there's an outro now. So vibe with me. With that being said, let's get back into the video. So I was juggling with all these dudes, and like I said, I had a girl from work who was really cool. This guy Jay-Z was pretty cool. I had options, but I was not pleased with these options. And I was like, I deserve better than these non-triers. Like, I give 100% in everything I do because I don't do anything I don't like to do. You feel me? Like, if there's a barrier of me going like, maybe I shouldn't do that, maybe I don't want to do that, I just don't do it. Because you should only do things that make you happy. Or at least content, like work. So, with that being said, I looked at my options and I was like, let me just keep looking. And I was on 2 apps at this point. I was on POF and I was on Hinge. And I was like, sift. More people to lead on, unfortunately. And like I told you guys last video, I was making it very clear to these people that there were other people involved. And I was looking for something serious and I was not looking to play around. Therefore, there were many pawns in the game. The game is only going to be won by one, though. I digress. I was on these apps and I was like, day by day, I just want to delete. I want to delete. Like, there's no point. All these people are creepy. And I'm not establishing any real connections, not even friendships. So with that being said, I was like, meh, couple more days on the app, give it a rest. Then I met this one dude and I was like, he's not really solid enough for me to want to cut off all these other people, but he definitely piqued my interest because he was a worker. And I, a workaholic with 2 to 3 jobs at all times and struggling a social media career, I love a hard worker. That stuff turns me on. It's ambition. It's... what's the word? Y'all know what I mean. So with that being said, I was like, he's got the right upfront qualities, and he was pretty cute. The pictures could have been better, but, you know, we're settling at this point since we're on these apps. He was passing the minor tests. The major tests come after I find out who he is. And this dude was so hyper to meet me. So hyper. Oh, can we talk on the phone? Can we talk on the phone? Why aren't you texting back? Whatever. I was like... are you in a rush for something? Like, why can't I just get to know you, you know? Like, things were not very slow with this guy. So I was like, I guess, I mean, like, we could talk on the phone, but, like, I need to make sure you pass the, are you a serial killer test? And he was like, I don't know, well, am I a serial killer? And I was like, I don't know, you haven't passed the test yet. You got to keep going through the test. And he was like, well, what's the test? And I was like, you're going through it. With that being said, he was doing okay, but then we stopped talking for, like, a whole day, and I was like, I guess I just got ghosted. Like, I don't really know what I did wrong. I don't really care, because I was trying to friggin' explain to all these other people why I wasn't interested in them, or why I should believe that they deserve another chance, because they were all begging. And I was like, bruh, no. So while dealing with that simultaneously, I kind of forgot about this other guy, and I was like, he's not even worth my time. We talked for 3 days. So I'm dealing with these other people. And then he texts me the next day, like over 24 hours later, and he's like, hey, sorry, I ghosted you. And I was like, who is this? Not really. I was just like, you're good. Like, shit happens. To be honest, I was like, I'm not gonna be pressed about that. And he was like, cool, like, what are you doing? So we continued the conversation, very pleasant conversation, but as pleasant as all these other people. Like, he wasn't anything special, but he was doing better than these losers. I called them losers, but everybody's winning in life, just in their own game. But in my game, I'm the winner. So these losers were not doing anything good. So this guy, I was like, maybe if we talk on the phone, there will be more of a connection, because he was kind of dry, but he was also working a lot. So I was like, I don't know if he wants my attention, or I don't know if he's playing hard to get, or I don't know if he's a hard worker. So I had to feel out the air. So he was just like, hey, you know, you want to talk on the phone? And I was like, I guess, yeah, sure. And he had, like, to go to work a couple hours later. So we started talking on the phone. And like instantly there was a connection. We were talking about stupid things. We were talking about the virus. We were talking about, you know, just working in general. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling this guy. I'm feeling his vibe. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I was like, okay, fully cutting off these other people. I'm going to just chill with this guy. And I made that decision later that day. But he texted me after we got off the phone. He was like, you have such a nice voice. Like, I could listen to you talk all day. And that first compliment, I was like, people tell me I have a nice voice all the time. But I used to get told I sounded like a boy a lot. Or I'd get on Xbox and these guys would be like, are you a guy or a girl? And I'd be like, does it matter? You're still losing. So with that being said, I never really cared about my voice. People always commented more negative things. So growing up, when I started to own it, like I own who I am, people started to respect me and they started to respect the voice and what it carries. So with that being said, him saying that, I was like, good. A guy who's not intimidated by my voice or drive for work, because he works just as much, if not more. So with that being said, I dove in and I was like, hey, I think you're pretty cool too, but I don't want to say anything too soon because life's full of mistakes and I don't want to make a mistake knowing that I could have avoided that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I bet y'all really like Raw Sydney. We're in part 2 of this video and I am stuttering up a storm, but it'd be like that sometimes. And I'm also kind of hungry. So with that being said, this dude and I were, in my opinion, talking pretty exclusively because all these other people, out of my brain cells. I mean, he was worried about my best friend, but I was like, bro, she and I were a thing in the past. Like, it was barely even a thing. Like, get over it. We're cool. Like, you and I, we are vibing. So why are you so insecure? And that was a red flag, his insecurity. And I was like, if you went out of your past relationship a whole year ago, why are you so in your feelings all the time about who I talk to or whatever? So with that being said, he told me he liked me, and after we called a few times, FaceTime a few times, I decided to go see him during the virus outbreak. Aww. And I was like, okay, this guy could be a murderer, but he passed my not a serial killer test, and I have pretty much all faith in the situation. We have really bonded over FaceTime. He's cute on FaceTime. He watched me redecorate my entire room. I literally put my phone in my closet, and I said, I'm moving my room around right now. You can watch, or we can talk later. And he said, I'll watch. And so that was pretty cool. We had never met in person at that point, but just a little note to you guys. If somebody's willing to watch you reorganize your room through a phone, they probably like you. Probably. Because when you like somebody, you go above and beyond the normal quota standard for other people. For your friends, for people you liked in the past, because you want to keep improving who you are to this person and impressing this person. You feel me? So if somebody's not trying with you, they don't want you. It's not a, well, maybe they don't want you. It's not a mind game. It's not a, you know, who can get the least amount of attention, so who's gonna want me more. Like, no, they simply don't like you. Just accept it, manifest a better destiny, and can keep it pushing. With that being said, you guys, I'm about to wrap up this video because it's about to reach that 10-minute mark, and I want to hit part 3 with all the details and facts of this mysterious man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please turn on post notifications. I'm so bitter that I have to plug that because all my freaking subscribers from TikTok, all my subscribers from Instagram, you guys know better. You should be watching this stuff. It shouldn't be randoms on the YouTube homepage. Anyway, if you're from the YouTube homepage, hi, I'm Sydney. You should drop a follow. But with that being said, I'm going to head out my immaculate family. The candle will be lit next episode. I will be back next episode. I love you guys. Bye.